Pope Francis is now 88 years old, and his health has become a growing concern. Throughout his leadership, he has been one of the most influential figures in the Catholic Church, bringing forward progressive changes and advocating for the poor, social justice, and interfaith dialogue. However, his recent hospitalization for bilateral pneumonia has raised serious concerns. At his age, such a condition is dangerous, and many believe that he may soon follow the precedent set by Pope Benedict XVI, who resigned in 2013 due to declining health. If Pope Francis decides to step down, it will be only the second time in modern history that a pope has voluntarily resigned. The possibility of Pope Francis resigning has sparked intense speculation about who will be the next pope. The election of the next pope is a critical decision that will shape the future of the Catholic Church. The College of Cardinals will gather in the Sistine Chapel to elect a new leader. This decision will determine whether the Church continues along the progressive path set by Pope Francis or shifts toward a more traditional, conservative direction. Several leading candidates have emerged as strong contenders for the position. Each of these cardinals has different views on how the Church should move forward, and their election would have significant implications for the Catholic faith worldwide. One of the strongest candidates is Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican's Secretary of State. He is considered the second most powerful figure in the Church after the Pope. A skilled diplomat, Parolin has played a key role in Vatican relations with world governments, including complex negotiations with China and the United States. His experience in global politics and church governance makes him a strong candidate for those seeking stability and continuity. If he is elected, it would signal a preference for a pragmatic leader who can navigate internal church challenges and international relations. Another top contender is Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle from the Philippines. Often referred to as the Asian Pope Francis, he is a charismatic and widely beloved figure. He has been a vocal advocate for the poor and marginalized and is known for his humility and ability to connect with people. He currently serves as the prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples, a key position in spreading Catholicism worldwide. If elected, he would be the first Asian pope, reflecting the Church's growing shift toward the global South, where Catholicism is expanding rapidly. His leadership would likely continue Pope Francis's progressive reforms while bringing fresh energy to the Church's mission. Cardinal Matteo Zuppi, the president of the Italian Bishops' Conference, is another potential candidate. He has been actively involved in peace negotiations and humanitarian work, including efforts to mediate conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East. Zuppi is seen as a moderate candidate who blends both progressive and traditional Catholic values. His ability to bridge divides within the Church and his focus on diplomacy make him a compelling option. Additionally, his election would mark a return to the historic tradition of having an Italian pope, a pattern that was broken in 1978 with the election of Pope John Paul II. On the more conservative side, Cardinal Peter Erdo of Hungary is a strong candidate. As the Archbishop of Esztergom, Budapest, he has a strong theological background and is known for his strict adherence to Catholic doctrine. He has significant influence in Eastern Europe, where Catholicism remains deeply rooted despite the increasing secularization in the West. If elected, his leadership would likely represent a return to a more traditionalist approach, appealing to those who believe Pope Francis's reforms have gone too far. Another prominent conservative candidate is Cardinal Robert Sarah from Guinea. He is known for his deep spirituality and firm stance on traditional liturgy. Sarah has been a vocal critic of modern secular influences on Christianity and has strong support from those advocating for a return to pre-Vatican II traditions, including the Latin Mass. If elected, he would be the first African pope in over 500 years, marking a historic shift in church leadership. His papacy would likely emphasize conservative values and a return to strict doctrinal teachings. If Pope Francis steps down, the election of the next pope will be a defining moment for the Catholic Church. The conclave will bring together 120 cardinals under the age of 80, who will vote in secrecy until a new pope is chosen. The process could take days or even weeks. Once a decision is reached, white smoke will rise from the Sistine Chapel chimney, signaling to the world that a new leader has been elected. The big question remains: will the Church continue on its current progressive path, or will it return to a more conservative direction? Pope Francis's papacy has been marked by significant changes, including his emphasis on inclusivity, environmental, sustainability, and outreach to marginalized communities. His successor will either build on these reforms or take the Church back to a more traditional approach. Many Catholics around the world have strong opinions on this issue. Some believe that the Church should continue the path of modernization and inclusivity, while others feel that a return to traditional values is necessary to preserve the essence of Catholic doctrine. The decision made by the College of Cardinals will have profound implications for the future of the Catholic faith and its role in the world. The coming weeks and months will be critical as speculation continues to grow. If Pope Francis resigns, the Vatican will undergo a historic transition. The world will be watching closely as the next pope is chosen, knowing that this decision will shape the future of the Catholic Church for generations to come. As the anticipation builds, the Catholic faithful and global observers alike will be keenly watching for any signs from the Vatican. Will the next pope be a continuation of Pope Francis's legacy, or will the Church see a shift in direction? The answer to this question will determine the spiritual and political course of the Catholic Church for years to come.